Welcome students to a demonstration of how you are going to complete this week's assignment on demonstrating meter. I'm going to be looking for three things in this assignment. First, that you can hear the pulse by doing something like nodding your head. Second, that you can do it in time with the song so you're hearing the tempo. And finally, I'm going to be making sure that you can hear the meter. What does that mean? You're going to be using different parts of your body to emphasize that you hear a strong beat, a weak beat, such as beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. Now, rock and roll makes it really easy for you to do that because the drum set emphasizes beat 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And we looked at that a little bit in our last video that we had where beat 1 was the kick, beat 2 was the snare, beat 3 was the kick, and beat 4 was the snare. Oftentimes beat 3 will change around a little bit, but usually that beat 1, 2, and 4 are pretty similar in almost all rock songs. So you should be able to pick a large percent of your songs that you listen to in rock and roll and have it work really well for this assignment. Although I'd encourage you to use a slower song, makes it a little bit easier. So you're going to have three options for showing me how you hear the meter in a song. The first one is you're going to be able to dance, which would be taking a step and clapping. The second one is you're going to be able to conduct, which looks something like this. And finally, you can choose to air drum. You can use any one of these techniques. They all show me that you hear beat 1 and beat 2. Dancing looks like this. You take a step on beat 1, you take a step to the right probably, and clap. And then on beat 2, beat 2 you clap. Then you take a step on beat 3 and you clap on beat 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Pretty easy. If you know how to do this already, do it, videotape yourself, and upload it. If you don't, now you do know how to. And this Friday you can head out dancing and be the hit of the crowd. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start the song. It's ACDC's Back in Black. Here it comes. So the first thing I'm doing when I'm listening to the song is feeling the pulse. And that's pretty easy. I nod my head to it. The second thing now is I'm going to listen for the kick and the snare. And this song is a good song because it has a very clear kick and snare. That's why I picked it. I know that snare is on beat 2 and the kick is on beat 1. Okay? I say the snare first because often the snare is the easiest one to hear. And the snare is that crack sound like the drummer would be hitting right next to them. The kick is the one they'd be stepping with on their foot, right? And we talked about that in the last video. So here, let me just start the song again because I started talking during it. Here we go. Nod my head. Now I'm going to step to it. Step, clap, 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 step, clap. That's it. See if you can do that with the song. You could even use Back in Black if you like, or you can try another song. All right, if you don't like dancing, you don't want to have anything to do with that, say it's Friday night and you need something more sophisticated. You don't want to go out to a club and show your moves. You want to conduct, say like you're a Beethoven conductor. It's a little silly to do conducting to rock and roll because the idea of conducting is you're keeping everybody in time. But when you have this drum set pounding on things, it's pretty easy for everyone to follow. How does conducting work? It's really simple. You go down for beat 1, across your body for beat 2, outside your body for beat 3, and then up above your head for beat 4. And you pretend like there's a drum on each one of these, and you're hitting a drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good snappy movements, okay? This is not a wet noodle contest. You don't want to do this and this and this and this. You need to emphasize the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that I can really see you're feeling that beat. Pretend like you're hitting drums, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the kick is going to be down, the snare is going to be across, the kick will be on the out again, and then snare will be up. 1, snare, 2, snare. Let's try it. So here, I can nod my head again. I hear the kick, and the snare. The kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's how you conduct if you were to conduct ACDC, which is pretty silly, right? Okay, third option Air drumming. Now, this is definitely more appropriate for rock and rollers. Air drumming, this really shows that you have rock and roll in your soul. It's best to do in a car with lots of people around you so they can get a good laugh at you or think you're cool. Maybe they'll come get your phone number afterwards once you park. So, air drumming is we're going to mimic, like we have those drums in front of us. We're going to have a kick in front. We're going to stomp down on that kick. We're going to crack on the snare next to us, okay? And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like the dancing one, right? But we're not actually clapping. We're just pretending like you're hitting the snare. All right, I'm going to back the song up here. 1 second. Here it goes. So I feel it. I hear the kick and that snare. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. Just ignore the fills. He did a little roll on the drums. Just pretend like that's not there. But your left hand should be moving right when that snare is going. That's it. That's how you do the basic air drumming. Now, you're not going to get anyone parked around you or driving around you to come ask for your phone number or what you're up to on Friday night just using the kick and the snare. But it will get you an A for this class. If you do want to go to the next level and say maybe get a little extra credit for this too, you can try to throw in the hi-hat on this. And we did that in the last video. We talked about how the hi-hat will often play an eighth note above the kick and the snare only playing quarter notes. So the kick and snare are moving slower than the hi-hat. The hi-hat moves twice the speed. So it goes kick, snare, kick, snare. The hi-hat would go tss, 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 tss. We would count that like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the kick and the snare, and then for the hi-hat we'd say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The secret to doing this, for those of you who are determined to become masterful air drummers, is for your kick and your snare to follow your right hand, your hi-hat. Your hi-hat moves faster, so the other ones follow it. Kick, snare, kick, snare. All right, let me see if we can do this here. Here's the song again. Kick, snare, kick. If you listen, you can hear the hi-hat going in the song. So I'm going to do it. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. You notice I started with the hi-hat pretty much. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. That's it. Rewind that and watch that again if you need to a few more times, but that's how you do air drumming with the hi-hat, which will get you definitely 10% extra credit. All right, I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Hit me up if you have questions. Feel free to rewind this video and watch over those sections, and look forward to seeing you all in your videos showing your demonstration of meter. Pick any song you want, but I would suggest something that has simple, clear drums and is at a slow tempo. All right, I'll see you online.